All right, and we are live again. All right, this is episode 78, part 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. Basically, I had my laptop just decided wanted to do a little update in the middle of the podcast. So,
Without warning.
luckily, I have this little Chromebook that I bought like when we first started doing drinking games.
Damn.
So I like dug that out of my closet. And the other computer is still doing the update. Here it is right there. It's fucking at 24%. I don't know if you can really see it all that well.
No, but
Yeah, it's fucking updating. Whatever.
it's gonna
Oh, there it goes. You can kind of see it, but
yeah, I can 24%. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm on this Chromebook here. It's just this whatever Chromebook. But yeah, that's what happened. My damn laptop just decided to
So all you viewers out there
update.
that use Windows, watch out, because Windows now can update whenever it wants to.
Yeah, apparently I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know I had it plugged in because the power was low on it. I was like, I know I didn't die.
Are you sure it didn't, like, a prompt didn't come up that you accidentally hit? Because I'm like shocked. I'm shook. There's no way that it's just going to do it on its own. You had to hit something.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think I did. I really don't think I did.
If we're being completely honest and candid, I think I know why that happened, and I think it's happened to me before. So, were you getting prompts to update before this happened?
Yes. Okay. And I would like tell it, do it at like 3:00 in the morning or some shit.
Or remind me later or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If you keep like telling it to remind me later or like change the time or whatever, or all that crazy shit, it self updates after like maybe 10 times or so after.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's just like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm updating.
Because I've had that happen to me one time. And I was like, why did this happen? And I was like, oh, that's why. Because I kept telling it no on the updates. And it was like, fuck you, I'm updating.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, okay, let's...
we could talk about some video games here. I mean, we were talking about people getting canceled and stuff.
Canceled?
I don't even remember what the last thing... Well, I mean, I know we were talking about Joss Whedon. And then Me, Him, Her.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a good movie. You should check it out.
I will.
But yeah, I wanted to get into a little bit before we get into the like state of play that happened today, which was.
Well, let's talk about.
You want to talk about that first?
No. Let's talk about what we've been playing.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. I got one that I've already talked about a little bit, and one that might surprise you a little bit. So the one, that you already know, I've been playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. Fucking loving it, but I'm only like 5 or 6 hours in because, like we were saying earlier, I've been working a shit ton. Yeah, love the combat, love the characters.
Love the story.
Yeah, the story is pretty good. Does your party extend to any more than the 3 guys it is right now?
So you have...
I have you, Nanba. I have the ex-cop guy.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
And
Ichigo.
And Ichi, yeah.
Ichi, yeah. So, yep, there's 4 more characters. One of them is a secret character, and if you want me to spoil it, I can, or whatever. But yeah, one character you can completely miss in the playthrough.
Oh wow, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't spoil it for me. I want to figure it out. Like, I am actually kind of invested into this story.
Well, honestly,
so
really a spoil, and like, to be completely honest with you, there's no indication. Like, unless you knew, you're not going to find out. Like, it's completely
really
hidden. Yeah, it's completely hidden, optional, and odds are you're not going to get it because no one's going to spend the time on the mini game that it takes to get her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that off camera. Some people might not want that game spoiled.
Of course not.
So yeah, you can let me know that. because it is gaining a lot more popularity now that it's on Game Pass. People are picking it up. That's where I'm playing it, is on Game Pass. So yeah, maybe we shouldn't spoil it. I mean, if they want to look it up, they can look it up.
They can look it up themselves.
But yeah, I love the game. I like the it has like hints of Persona and like the style it has, which I love. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Persona series.
Yeah,
well,
Persona.
4 and 5, I should say. I never really got into 3 or 1 and 2 are like kind of different games almost.
So 1 and 2 kind of like are very Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, they were just
I mean, it didn't really become its own identity until Persona 3. Then it started to become its own fucking thing. And I think my favorite one is Persona 3, honestly.
And I have played a decent amount of Persona 3, but I haven't beaten it. I've probably put like 20 hours into Persona 3. I picked it up on my Vita because I think you can get the PSP version on there.
PSP version, yeah.
Yeah, Fez or whatever it's called. Where you can like choose to be either the girl character or the guy character. And
yeah, I mean, 3 is my favorite. 4 is pretty good too.
Yeah, I love 4. I love 4.
Only because 4 had gay characters in it.
Yeah, what was the deal? I don't know. Like,
so what was the tough guy
with Kanji? Was he gay?
So
really,
from my understanding, him and the
Naoto
girl, that looks like a boy. That was like, I want to be a boy. I'm dressing like a boy. I don't want to be feminine. They got together, right? Her and him, they got together.
They definitely got together.
From my understanding,
he fell in love with her before he knew
that
she was her.
She, right?
Yeah, her or she, whatever. Yeah.
So from my understanding, or the way that I took it was, they're bisexual or gay or whatever, or fluid, open to whatever, because he was into her when he thought it was a he. You know what I mean? The only thing that changed was it was a girl, and that made him feel a little bit better because he's like, oh, I'm heterosexual. But no, they're definitely
no. If you were down to fuck when you thought it was a guy, then there's something going on there. I get it. That was just like a confusing part in the game where it's like, I don't know, maybe I was like, the game kind of does a good job at like confusing you about it too,
definitely,
in a way. But there was definitely that. They don't really have the gay characters in 5, do they?
No, really? nobody's gay or anything. That was kind of boring for 5. Like 5 is a great game, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It seemed a little less than, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I didn't play the remake. Or not the remake, the
Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows
Only
what's
because
going
I never
on with that new character.
Did you got it, right?
Yeah, I got Royal. I haven't beaten Royal though. Cause a lot of the early game content is very much the same game.
Right.
Like, there's only like a few times you run into the new character, the chick.
Sure.
Well, there's 2 new characters. There's the chick that eventually joins your party.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this character that's a side character, but he's like somebody that you can social link with. Mm-hmm. That is a therapist.
Okay.
And he shows up to the school after the girl early on in the story like attempts suicide. And that's like a brand new character in Royal. And he is a cool character. He's a neat guy.
Right.
But you can tell there's some weird shit going on with him. And I would be surprised if he doesn't end up being like one of the bosses.
I'm sure
where you have to like go to his castle or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure he fucking will be.
Yeah.
Anyone that seems like a bad guy most likely is going to be a boss fight for sure.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and I haven't beat it. It's just hard to like try to get into playing through that game again, and it also being 20 hours longer because of the new characters and the new story. That game's already 80 hours long. You're telling me you're tacking on like another 20 hours. It's like
necessary.
All right, you know what? Like, let me get some time away from this and try again. You know, like.
Yeah, I tried to hop back into Persona when I got my PS5, and I was like, one, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going. And then like, two, it's like, I mean, I love the game. It's great, but I mean, it's so like old school JRPG kind of like it's just not that it's hard, but
yeah,
you can definitely get taken advantage of by the enemies, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's
right.
You can run into a situation or a loop, as I would like to call it, where there's no safe spot. There's nowhere to go except for through this hallway or wherever, and you have to fight all these enemies. Yeah, you can maybe run away, but odds are you're not going to get away.
Yeah.
You can wind up being fucking killed in like seconds.
One thing I do like about Royal, which helps out a lot, is especially with like developing social links and stuff.
Mm.
It you know, the original Persona 5, it's like laughable how many nights that you're going back to your house and it's like go to bed. That's the only thing you can fucking do.
Right.
In Royal they fixed that. Like it's like literally like maybe the first week it's like go to bed, but then after that it opens up the nighttime to where you can do your shit during the night, whatever.
I was gonna say vanilla Persona 5 is like it is 5, right?
Not 4, right? 5. Yeah.
So yeah, vanilla 5. I remember it taking like almost 2 to 3 hours for that game to actually open up to you.
Yeah, and this one it does open up a lot faster, which I appreciate.
That's good.
But yeah,
I don't know if I want to get into an 80-hour game though, or whatever, how long it is. I can't do that right now.
And then Royal is like going to be 100+ hour game. It's like, oh, do I want to do that? No, not really.
Words.
How long is Like a Dragon? Is that a long ass game?
It's not very long. What chapter are you on? I think there's only 13
like 4. Chapters. I think I'm on like chapter 4. I want to say 3, maybe. I think
there's only 13. Let me just double check.
Yeah. Which I've been doing a little bit of grinding just because I like the combat. So I'll like run around the city and just run into, the bad guys and fight them.
Right, yeah, and level up.
Yeah, and level up.
And shit. Yeah. Oh, it's 15 chapters.
Okay, and I'm on like chapter either 3 or 4, I think. That's what it was.
This isn't a spoiler, and would be helpful to any viewer that's playing Like a Dragon right now. Did you open up the pawn shop?
No.
Okay, so there is a side quest where you come across a pawn shop, and the guy that runs it and the person that rents in the building, they're having a little scuffle because he's got a bunch of shit out front blocking the entrance to the pawn shop.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do anything. I think you just have to talk to them, and then the pawn shop opens. Now, the reason why you would need the pawn shop is so you can sell all the fucking miscellaneous bullshit you find. All the junk items and shit. Yeah.
That's good. And is this something you just run into?
No, I'm actually I can send you where it is. Because like if you're just playing organically, you're not gonna run into it. I totally missed it on my playthrough.
Yeah, because that would be helpful. Because I got all this junk that I could sell and make money off of. And
unless you're playing like you're scouring a lot, like you're looking around every corner, which I don't think you are.
No, not really.
Because my one buddy that's playing it, he's like playing it very slow, and he found it.
Oh, okay.
But that's only because he's fucking going on every street doing everything he possibly can.
I should start to do that. For sure.
Sure.
Oh, it looks like it's at 89% over there now.
89? Jesus.
It went from 24 to 89 pretty quickly. Well, not quick enough. Bitch. But all right.
So wait, we were talking about what you were playing, Like a Dragon, and what is the other one?
Yeah, Like a Dragon. I won't go too much more in depth with Like a Dragon. Like I said, love it. Great game. gonna spend some more time in it. The other game, which might surprise you a little bit, is me and my cousin have been playing co-op Resident Evil 5.
Really?
Yeah. I actually really like okay, I got that. All right, I'll look at that a little later.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually don't mind Resident Evil 5.
Me neither. I love it.
It's not a bad game. It's just a weird Resident Evil game, is what I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a fun game. And we were just looking at games that we could
play
together with, and we were like scrolling through some games, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Resident Evil 5." I was like, "Yeah, it's been a while since I played that," and I remember playing. Co-op is definitely the way to go to play that game.
AI is brain dead in that game.
And yeah, so we've been like
playing through that
like almost every night when I get off work. We play for like an hour or two. And,
that's dope. I wish I could fucking find somebody that will play 5 and 6 with me, because I really want to play through 5 and 6. I played through 4 like half a year ago or some shit, and the only reason why I didn't go through 5 and 6 is because I don't have anybody to play it with.
Well, shit, maybe we'll play some too. I wouldn't mind jumping on.
Yeah. Because if you let the control, the problem with 5 that people have, really, because nobody really says it's a bad game, right? Or it's a bad Resident Evil. They just say that it's too actiony, and if you have AI Chris or AI Sheva, they act like a fucking idiot. Wasting ammo, using herbs and shit.
Yeah.
But generally, those are the only complaints people have. If you bring up like, "Oh, how does it feel when you play with your friend?" They're like, "Oh, it's great. I love playing with my friend. It's a great co-op game." You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It is
like a genuinely great fucking co-op game. Like it really is. And it's too actiony. Well, I mean, whatever.
Not for nothing. OG Resident Evil 2 and OG 3
pretty actiony.
Are actiony.
And I would say definitely they go that route again with Resident Evil 8. It's definitely a more actiony game.
I think so too.
Than 7 was, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, they fucking they started going action oriented around 2.
Yeah.
And 3. And the most actiony Resident Evil is not 6, it's not 5, it's Code Veronica.
And I like that game, but it's hard to get into now. Like I kind of am crossing my fingers that they eventually do a remake of Code Veronica, because I remember loving the fuck out of that game when it first came out. But it's like when you go back to it now, it's like, fucking tank controls and
I was playing
horrible looking graphics. And
I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it's okay. It could look better, obviously, but I mean, it was Dreamcast.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
it's just hard to go back to. It's just really, it really is.
The one thing that I hate the most about old school games is the quality of life improvements that these new games have.
Yeah. It's like, the map sucks in this game. Why does it suck so bad? You know, or like,
you have to fucking what was I gonna fucking say? You have to like do something or whatever, and then like, you do something in the new game, like save. New games have autosave. They save your progress all the fucking time. These old games, you don't find the same spot, you're gonna have to go all the way back. And I forgot what I was playing, but I died, and they put me far back, and I was like, "Fuck this old ass game! I'm back almost in playthrough time."
Yeah, fucking, you'd have to watch out with Metal Gear on that too, man. Like that shit. If you didn't save, you would be fucked so bad, dude. And
that's like one of the things that make me not like old school games. I don't mind the graphics. I think it's charming. The old school shit we used to think was beautiful.
Yeah, I remember thinking that Metal Gear Solid 1, there could never be anything that looks better than this game. And it's like, holy fuck. Was I wrong about that?
I remember seeing Code Veronica and being like, oh my god, this is the best looking thing ever.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the time it kind of was, but it ain't no more.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I played the PS2 version of that game, Code Veronica X, I guess is what it was called.
I think it had more content, but it was only superior in the fact that it was the complete game plus whatever extras that were there. But like visually, the Dreamcast version looked better.
Yeah, the Dreamcast had better processing power, didn't it? Well, that was
I
like a
think so.
thing
I know that.
because the PS1 was only a 32-bit console.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I know that. I know actually. No, that's not. Is it true that the Dreamcast Code Veronica? Well, I know that PS2 was the weakest system out of the three,
yeah,
but I believe it was a little bit more powerful than the Dreamcast. I mean, it had to have been. It came out like a year or two later.
yeah. But I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Like, there's some games, Resident Evil 4 looks better on the GameCube than it does on the PS2. That's a fact.
Not for nothing, the GameCube was the strongest console that generation.
Really?
And that's why Nintendo decided that they're not going to pursue graphics before gameplay because they put so much work into a GameCube and nobody cared. So
that's a shame because the GameCube was awesome.
It was a great system. It had great fucking games.
And nobody wanted to buy. I don't know. I don't understand that. Because like fucking Wind Waker looks amazing and it is a great game. People hated on it at the time because it was a Toon Link, and it's like, fuck you, dude. Who cares? Like,
Well, I know a lot around that time too. A lot of people were like, "Fuck Nintendo. They're too kiddie for me. I'm grown now. I want to play grown man games and do grown man things."
now it's like, oh yeah, I'm 30. I want to go back to that time where I was a fucking kid.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's why the Switch is doing so well now. Yeah. What have you been playing?
So I'm playing so many fucking games, but I'm just gonna name the 5 or 4 that are in rotation right now. So right now on rotation, I have Resident Evil Village, Scarlet Nexus, Mario Golf. I'm working my way through Neo, The World Ends With You, the demo, because you can bring your save file from the demo to the full game, and I'm going to buy that game when it comes out later this month. What else? Oh, I've been kicking ass with Kazuya from Tekken in Smash Bros.
Nice.
And I've been fucking around with xCloud because it's just fantastic. We should talk about xCloud. Cool. How awesome it is.
Before we talk about xCloud, I do want to ask you a few questions about some of those games. Sure. One of them being, Neo, The World Ends With You. What's up with that game? Is it like it's like a similar battle system as like the Kingdom Hearts games, right, or something like that?
Kind of, more or less, yeah. Like the battle system in this sequel is different from the first one.
So this is a sequel. It's not a remaster?
Yeah, it's a sequel. It's the sequel.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a remaster. So I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't even know that because
the original one came out like 2 years ago on Switch, and that was called World Ends With You: The Final Mix, and that has all like the extra stuff they added.
Okay. I guess I just thought because they threw Neo in there, Neo being a word for new, I just thought it was like a remaster or something like that. So my mistake on that. How's that? How far have you gone on in that?
I haven't finished the demo yet, which is cool.
Oh, you're on a demo. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty lengthy. They let you get to level 15.
Okay.
Which is pretty fucking cool. But I don't know how long the demo is. I've been playing it for a while, which is also pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, you can bring over your save file, so that's why I'm really cool. Yeah. Why I'm checking my way through that shit. And I keep telling people about Scarlet Nexus, but nobody cares.
Yeah, talk about Scarlet Nexus a little bit because like I played a little bit of the demo and I was like, It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. That's like, I mean, I don't know. It grabbed me when I played the demo. I was like, I kind of like this. It's not just hack and slash, but psychic powers and shit, throwing objects. And I'm like, I can deal with that. That's pretty cool. It's new. I haven't done this before.
Yeah.
So the game is a fucking nut. You know what I mean? Like it's a fucking crazy ass fucking game.
Yeah.
They say it's long as hell, 80 hours to 100 hours to fucking complete.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's both campaigns or one campaign. I think it's 80 hours for both campaigns.
Okay. Yeah, because the campaign for the girl and the guy is
Right.
pretty much a different campaign altogether.
Yeah. So so far what I know about this game, I want to know more. That's what's keeping me intrigued to play it and find out. Hopefully they'll answer my questions and I'll be satisfied. But you're a member of a organization, I think it's called OSF or something, where you basically hunt monsters called others. They're like genetically modified creatures that fall from the sky or some shit, and you're basically trying to rid the world of them. But I haven't figured out where why they're here and why this shit's happening. You know what I mean? But it's good. There's also, I don't know if you watch anime, but it has a fucking anime with it too.
I watch some anime, so yeah. That might intrigue me a little bit, watch a little bit, and see how it is.
Also, there's an anime for The World Ends With You as well.
It seems like a game that I would maybe wait for a sale on. I don't know.
I get that. Or wait for it to come to PS Plus for free or some shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like when I played the demo, I was like, "Oh, this is terrible." It was just like, "Oh, I'm glad this game had a demo because I don't think I really want to buy this now."
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you like the game, go for it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna shit on anybody who likes the game.
You're having a good time.
It just didn't grab me. It just didn't grab me at the time. I don't know.
Oh my god, I was trying to get refunds the other day and it did not happen. I was so pissed.
On that game?
No, Mass Effect and
the Legendary.
And then something else. Oh, Nier Automata or whatever the fuck it was.
And it just didn't happen. Huh?
Nope. They were like, no, you can't. They're like, once you download them to your system, you can't return them or whatever. I was like, oh, ew. I wanted to be like, I actually can. You just don't want to do it. That's the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many fucking games that I bought that I'm like never gonna touch, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with these games now.
Yeah, that's why I've been a little bit more careful with just buying games that's why I didn't like just straight buy Scarlet Nexus. Because especially with having the Series S, it's like, oh, this seems like it'll probably be a Game Pass game, or
like, I mean, yeah,
it's like there's Game Pass has like 200 games on it. It's like, do I want to buy this game or do I want to like
work on all the games that you have?
Or work on a game on Game Pass? And it's like, well, right now I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon on Game Pass.
I'm playing Yakuza 0 on xCloud / Game Pass.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about xCloud. How is that? Like, do you play it on your phone? Do you play it on the PC?
So, like Stadia, it works on PC, Apple's, Android and iOS, iPhone, Android phone. I played a little bit of it on my phone just to see how it was, and like, unlike PS5 or PS4 remote play, where you have to have an internet connection to have it work, you know what I mean? Like, your system has to be connected to internet at your house, and then you have to have internet on your phone. Like, it can't just be the cell phone provider. You need to be connected to so since you do it that way, and like you need the internet, it sucks compared to xCloud because you can do xCloud on your phone from anywhere at any point in time. However,
that's awesome.
However, the technology is not there yet. So if you have a phone and it's like 3G or 4G, you're going to be SOL. It's going to run like shit. It's going to have latency, lag, all sorts of crazy shit. They say it's best if you have a 5G phone. Now,
okay, I have the latest iPhone, the 12, and I have 5G. Yeah. So it probably would work.
And
for that.
It runs wonderfully on my laptop.
Okay, yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Like only sometimes it'll crash or it'll have latency or whatever. You just close it down and restart it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of people saying that Stadia is actually like the technology of Stadia is actually really good. It's just that you can tell that Google didn't give a flying fuck about it.
Google
Where Xbox is actually going to give a flying fuck about it, and it sounds like it's
oh yeah, I mean
at the same level, if not better than Stadia.
For me, I think it's better than Stadia. I fucked around with Stadia. I had a free month or something like that.
Yeah.
And listen, xCloud fucking is slapping it. First of all, Stadia is going to be dead by a year. Like next year.
Yeah, I know they already shut down all their studios that were like Stadia studios. So it's only a matter of time.
And like
for sure.
The free games that Stadia offered you for just being a basic member were trash. They were all garbage, not worth playing. xCloud has 185 games on it.
Yeah, and it's Game Pass.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, and it's worth, those games are worth fucking playing. I mean, Halo 1 through 5, Gears of War 1 through 4, like, come on, man. So, I mean, Stadia ain't got shit on xCloud.
Yeah.
But I fucking love it. I just want them to actually, because I guess Game Pass has like 278 games or something like that, and not all of them are on xCloud.
Yeah, they have like a different list for the xCloud games.
Yeah.
However, and even like the PC Game Pass isn't the same as like the Xbox Game Pass.
Right.
So yeah, there's like a little like there's some deviations within those lists.
Yeah, maybe they can get all of those fucking things together with one list for all of them. That'd be nice.
I think they will eventually. It's just that maybe it's just gonna take a lot more work. That I think Xbox is willing to do because they have the Microsoft has the money to throw it at that.
Yeah.
So I think they will get there.
Yeah, me too. I hope so, at least.
It's just a matter of time, I think.
Yeah, so I was playing Yakuza 0 on that shit. It's got all the Yakuzas, which is amazing. I'm like, okay, that's great. And just playing Sea of Thieves, that was fun.
Man, do I want to jump into Sea of Thieves just because of the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean bullshit, dude. I love those movies.
It's not that good.
It's not that good. Well, I mean, still, I never gave Sea of Thieves the right amount of time it should have gotten anyways. So maybe that's something we should look into playing together because maybe that would be fun. I don't know.
Like, I mean, so when me and my buddy were playing it, I was like, dude, this game is like a fucking boat sim, like a sailing sim. Like you have to do so many things to get your boat going, like you would really do if you were on a fucking boat, like on a ship or whatever. And then you just sail for fucking ever, dude, to get to where you need to get to, and you got to sail back. It's like, dude, this is fucking crazy. It's fun, but it's not.
Okay, so, all right, yeah.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun doing all that crazy shit with the ship, but it's just the fact that you can just be sailing forever. Yeah. My buddy played by himself on a one-man ship, and he said it took him 2 hours to fucking get to a chest, bring it back, and have them open it or some shit like that. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Damn, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. And the fucking pirates thing is like 20 minutes of gameplay.
Really?
It's super short.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But it's nothing you got to pay for, right?
It's free.
On Game Pass with
Yeah. When you load up Sea of Thieves and you jump into the actual menu, you'll see it right on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking it's all been fucking crazy. So we are playing games. That's good. You're playing 2 games right now? Just the 2?
Yeah, just the 2. We can talk about this Sony State of Play and kind of wrap it up.
Okay. So you started off because you actually saw it.
Yeah, so I watched it. I would say it was a okay State of Play.
Yeah, there was nice.
There was some decent stuff in there. Sifu looks really fucking cool. I actually like the way that Fist looks,
Mhm.
which is like this like weird kind of furry game where there's like a lot of melee combat and platforming and stuff.
What else did they fucking show for us on that thing?
They had the Death Stranding director's cut, which I actually like. I actually liked seeing like all the improvements they did. There's a lot more stuff in there than I expected.
Hmm.
Like they improved the melee combat. There's a lot of different, like there was this thing called like a cargo torpedo thing where you can like shoot cargo at like, I guess like one of these checkpoints or something like, and then like they added like a legit racing mode to the game. Did you see that? Where
No,
it's
what?
like you're in like a car and like you're racing other cars. It was like called like the Fragile Circus or whatever. That
It's that part. What?
yeah, it's like this whole fucking racing mode in the game. There's new boss fights. There's new story content.
Well, maybe they'll fucking actually answer some questions that people had with the fucking game.
I don't think that'll happen. Maybe it will, but I doubt it. The original game did answer most of the questions. And I would say it answered the question and then answered it again and then answered it again. Like the end of that game literally sits you down. Like, do you remember? Did you watch all of Lost?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode before the last episode of Lost where it was basically like, oh, let's sit you down and basically tell you everything that's really going on with the island? And it was like legit, like they just explained everything, and it was probably a bad way to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But that's what they did. And I feel like the ending of Death Stranding was that episode of Lost, where it was like, oh, we're going to tell you how what happened, and then we're going to tell you again.
Aren't
and
we
then
clever?
We're going to tell you one more time. And it's like, all right, well, you already showed me these cutscenes, and now you're reminding me that you showed me these cutscenes.
First, you showed me something.
Bro, dude.
Yeah. That sounds annoying as fuck.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying, dude.
That reminds me of Persona 5. That's why I fucking hated it. I was like, now I know why Japanese kids are so fucking smart, because they just repeat them. They repeat everything over and over again in their video games and teaching. Probably that's why they know all these answers and shit. Because in Persona 5, they were like, do this. Oh, did you know you have to do this? Did you know that we're gonna have to do this? I'm like, bitch, I already know. You told me once. You don't have to tell me anymore. We're gonna go do it.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like the game did answer a lot of the questions, but it'd be interesting to see what the extra content is like after the game, because you kind of like, it's like the whole point of the game is like, oh, you're like rebuilding America again, and you're connecting all these points to get America back on track, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like at the end of the game, Sam kind of recluses himself and doesn't involve himself in this America again.
Right.
And it's like, that's kind of weird. Why did he do that? And also, like, what happens after? And maybe it'll answer that. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But probably not.
Probably not.
Because Hideo Kojima is Hideo Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I have like a love-hate relationship with Hideo Kojima now. Like, I have two Metal Gear tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that says something. But at the same time, it's like the Death Stranding and even Metal Gear Solid 5 era of Hideo Kojima started to turn me off on that man's mind. I'm like,
Yeah, he's kind of kooky. He's a crazy
bro,
guy.
you're like kind of a little pretentious, dude. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that much. It's like, bro,
I mean,
you're not that great of a storyteller. I mean, like, you can say you are, but like.
So here's the fucking thing: is he a great storyteller? I honestly, that's debatable, but he does really good, compelling games.
He makes fun games.
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 2 is a fun as fuck game. Does the story make any amount of sense? Nope. No, it doesn't. And I feel like that is like part of it where it's like I go back and think about it and it's like, yo, dude, fuck you for trying to make that game as complicated as it was. It was already a fucking fun game. You didn't need to make the story that complicated. Like, you didn't. You didn't.
He did it because it made him feel good. That's how he fucking needs to tell his stories. Yeah.
And I felt that way about a lot of the other games too. 3 is like the exception where it's like
3 is good.
3 is great, and it didn't really follow a lot of his. I mean, there is like some shit that pops up that's kind of weird, but whatever. 4 is incredibly pretentious.
Yeah.
And then I would say 5 as well is incredibly pretentious.
Yeah,
in the way he wanted to tell his story. That's not to say 5 is a bad game. Probably the best feeling Metal Gear game ever, gameplay wise. But that doesn't make it a great Metal Gear game. And I don't think it was a great Metal Gear game.
It wasn't.
It was just a great game that happened to have the Metal Gear Solid name on it.
Right.
But yeah, so the director's cut. That I mean, I'll still, probably pay the 10 or $20 upcharge it is to get the director's cut on PS5 and play through. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere where I can upload my save data so I don't have to play through the game again. And just play through the extra shit.
I honestly don't know why Sony are being such assholes about that shit. Or is it actually the game companies that are being assholes about that, uploading your save shit?
Something's weird with the PS5, dude. It seems like some companies are able to deal with it and some aren't.
Right.
It's like this weird thing. So there is some weird hardware issue with the PS5.
Definitely.
That people aren't, like, I got this new fucking OLED TV, dude. And it's like there's a 50-50 chance when I turn this PS5 on this new TV that I have to go to the back of my TV and unplug my HDMI and plug it back in before I see picture on it. And that pisses me off because I just paid $1,400 for this fucking TV.
How big is it?
It's a 55-inch. And it's like, bro, like, I know it's not the TV. It's the fucking PS5. There's something going on with the PS5 where it's not recognizing it. And I know it is because PlayStation is fucking morons, dude. I know it's them. I know it has nothing to do with this TV. So I'm not mad at the TV, but it's like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, fix your shit, dude.
Are you using the HDMI cable that came with it?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like it might be the cable or something. Or do you think it really is the system? That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, I think it's the system. I think it has some, and I found like a kind of work. A lot of people were saying like if you have your HDMI link turned on, which is basically whenever you turn on the TV, the PS5 will turn on by itself. Yeah. That there's some hardware issues there.
There is, yeah, and there's also.
So I turned that off, and that fixed it, sort of. Okay. But there's still like like I said, it went from like a 80% chance of me having to go back there and unplug it, the HDMI, unplug it again, to like a 50-50 chance. So I don't know.
You haven't tried a different HDMI wire yet?
No.
You should.
Not
That
yet.
might solve it. That might solve the problem.
It might. I'd have to buy another HDMI wire. Well, I'd want to buy another 2.1 wire.
Although,
and those are a little expensive.
I've had so many issues with my PS5. I've never had this many issues with a console before.
Yeah.
Like, my shit just fucking, you put it in rest mode, it crashes. Oh, it's got to fucking restart, or it just turns. It's crazy the shit it does. And I'm like, why is this happening?
Yeah. It's ridiculous, dude.
Like, oh, they rushed the system out the door. It's fucking not even ready to be fucking sold, and they're just selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about real quick? Very quickly, let's talk about OLED. Is it worth buying? No. Are you going to get one? Probably, right? Probably.
Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom real quick. I heard you, though, about the OLED, the Nintendo Switch OLED. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, I ran to the bathroom real quick. I am working on a Switch Lite. So, yeah, I probably will get the OLED just because the Switch Lite kind of sucks. Because I don't have, like, the option to
dock it.
You know what I mean?
Remove the Joy-Cons. Right? You only have a Switch Lite? You don't have a regular Switch?
No. So, I mean, that's like a good upgrade for me. Right now, definitely. I just have the fucking Switch Lite.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had a regular ass Switch, would I upgrade to the OLED? Fuck no. It's not going to be that big of a game changer.
Oh, so
for this little screen, you know. My new TV is a OLED TV. That's why it costs so much. And it is a game changer for that. Like, compared to my 4K TV that I bought in 2018, whenever God of War came out. 2018.
2018.
Yeah, I specifically bought a 4K TV because God of War came out. And I was like, all right, we got to play this on the best screen possible that I can afford. So
I mean, I got a new TV and it's okay, it's fine, but I wish that it was better. But I can't afford a better TV right now.
Yeah, and you know, I said how much my TV was, but I didn't pay that up front. It's just I got good credit, so I was able to finance. You know, You know, people are more willing to give you money when you have good credit. So
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So they say that the OLED is great for people who play primarily in handheld mode, and I'm like, that's specifically me. You know, they're talking to me, and I'm like, but I don't think I want this. They're like, oh, it's the vibrant OLED is going to have vibrant colors. The screen is going to be so vibrant. I'm like, Nintendo, I know how OLED works. Like you guys are acting like this is the first OLED thing ever made.
Yeah.
What, have you spilled?
No, I didn't spill. I got to get this cat out of the. Okay, that's fine. I left my bathroom door open, and when we had some plumbing work done a while back ago, and my bathroom has like holes in the wall, and I didn't want him to like get in the holes in the wall. Yeah. So I had to shut the door really before he ran in there. Okay, go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
It's supposed to be for handheld players, right? I play handheld, that would be great, but like, I have a PS Vita, right? And
Yeah.
that is an OLED screen on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It could be a regular screen. It really doesn't make a difference. I mean,
Yeah.
the only time OLED makes a fucking difference is when it's fucking 20, 30, 45, 50 inches. That's when it makes a difference. That's when it
Yeah.
matters. A little
Yeah.
7-inch screen is not going to make a difference.
Yeah. It's just going to be a bright screen and it's not going to look that much better at all.
Not for
Yeah.
$50 more.
I don't think
Absolutely
it.
not.
I don't think it's worth it unless you're somebody like me who bought a Switch Lite just so I could play like the basic ass Nintendo games and maybe wants to see an improvement, and still have the detachable controllers, which the Switch Lite doesn't have.
Yeah.
So it might be worth it for me, but I don't know if it's like a day one purchase for
Right.
me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's not a day one
$350.
thing. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a little steep for my
That's
blood,
a good
honestly.
amount of money for a console that isn't any more powerful
Word.
than the other one. You know what I mean? It's still the
Yeah,
same power, just a little bit better of a screen.
and slightly bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm that. Everybody was talking about Switch Pro, Switch Pro. It's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be fucking like a beast, a
Mm-hmm.
beast handheld.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, nope, it's just an OLED screen, and it's not a Pro.
Word.
It's just
Although I'm happy that there is no Pro, to be completely honest, because I was worried that Nintendo was going to do the same thing they did with the 3DS and the new 3DS.
oh yeah, there was like weird things where there was only like certain games that worked with
Yep.
some that didn't work with others. Yeah.
Yep. The new one run games better and had its own exclusive games on it.
Yeah.
I was afraid they were going to do that with the Switch Pro, and we would get Breath of the Wild 2 on our regular Switches, and it would run like hot dog ass. So I'm happy it doesn't have any more RAM or anything better in it. Let it be
Yeah.
the fucking same. Keep us all on the same playing field.
Yeah. All right. Was there any other games that Oh, well, we didn't talk about Deathloop at all. What are your thoughts on Deathloop? Like what you saw there?
I like it. I'm interested in that game, honestly.
Yeah, me
know why.
too.
I don't know why, but I'm really interested in it.
Am I wrong, or is Arcane Lion the same studio that made Wolfenstein Youngblood?
I don't think so.
Who made Youngblood? Because it wasn't Machine Games.
Let's see. Name of that game? Oh, Wolfenstein.
Yep, Wolfenstein Youngblood. I thought it was Arcane Lion that made that game.
Those.
It was?
Oh, and Machine Games helped them too.
Yeah, they probably just put their name on it, but it was Arcane Lion or Leon or whatever they say.
This says Arcane Studios, but
Oh, okay. Huh. That's interesting. I actually like people shit all over Youngblood. I actually like Youngblood. I think that's another game where it would be funner if there's somebody playing with you.
of course, but it's a pay to win, dude. It's a pay to win.
I never really had that big of a problem playing through that game enough.
Well, that's good at least.
To where it's like, oh, you gotta pay for this or pay for that. It's like a lot of the shit was like dumb emotes that you would pay for. But there was some like non-cosmetic stuff too.
I say there were certain, from my understanding, there were certain weapons and like bosses had overshields and shit, and certain weapons wouldn't work against them and their shields and shit, and you had to buy guns to make it work and shit. You don't have to, but you'll be fighting a boss for a long time.
Well, yeah, a lot of the thing with that game is you have to change weapons compared or whenever it came to like certain enemies. So
Right.
certain enemies would be taken down quicker if you used a submachine gun instead of a pistol or a straight assault rifle. Like they
Right.
had like their shield breaks to it, and their health bar would show you which one was
use,
like
yeah.
the best weapon to use. I didn't have to spend any money to like figure any of that out though. Like you pick up all those weapons. So I don't
good.
really
Yeah. I mean, maybe I could have sworn that's what they were talking about though, but maybe not. I don't know. But they also said with the weapon types on the enemies, it didn't really feel like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff. I don't know. I feel like in some ways it didn't feel like Wolfenstein, but in other ways I was like, damn, dude, like I kind of hope that we see some of it, not all of it, but some of this stuff come over to Wolfenstein 3. Like I kind of like that idea of different weapons affect the enemies differently. That's kind of a cool idea.
Sure.
But and I like the characters. I like the twins, the Blazkowicz twins. They're cool chicks. You know what I mean? Like they're neat. You know what I mean? And this game takes place like 17 years after Wolfenstein 2 or whatever.
You can't even see me. Sorry, I was.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I only see the top of your head.
Sorry, I'm looking at Arcane Studios and their games.
And they Wolfenstein Youngblood sets up the story of Wolfenstein 3. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
If you don't play Youngblood, then you're missing part of the story of the next game.
Yeah. I'll probably I'll either bite the bullet and buy it, or I'll just watch it. You know what I mean?
I think Youngblood might be on Game Pass.
Let me check. It might be on Game Pass, but it's certainly not on xCloud. Actually, I think it might be.
You should check that out.
I'm
if it
definitely
is.
Yeah, you should try out xCloud when you get a chance.
Yeah, I will. Is it like something that we can all use? Like it's not in beta anymore. It's like you can just
it's still in beta.
You just gotta sign up for it or something.
You just have to go to Xbox.com, log into your account, and click on Play Xbox, and it'll bring you right to cloud.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it'll probably work on not this PC that I'm on, but the one that had to fucking restart pretty well, I'm sure.
Yeah, now don't sue me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure because you have Game Pass, you should have xCloud with it for free.
I'm pretty sure that's if you have Game Pass Ultimate, which is $15 a month, not the $10 a month that regular Game Pass is. But I do have Game Pass Ultimate because I don't know why. Oh, because of the online functionality, just in case I want to play online with friends.
Youngblood is on here. That's fucking sick. I'm gonna play that.
You should give it a shot, man. It's not a bad game. People shit all over that game for like no discernible reason, honestly.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely give it a shot. Hopefully, I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, we can go ahead and wrap this up. I mean, like between this half episode and the other half episode, we've been going for like an hour and a half. Which is a long time for podcasting. Sometimes people don't like to hear us ramble on. We talked about a lot of shit. We talked about Fast and Furious. We talked about Max Landis getting canceled and Joss Whedon getting canceled and all that shit. But Yeah. But xCloud sounds awesome. I'll definitely give it a chance. On my
Oh, it
PC over
definitely
here.
is. It's the future of gaming today with the problems of today. I mean,
Oh God, so many problems.
yeah.
Uh, but anyways, great to talk to you as always, buddy. And
Maybe
yeah, well, everybody like, subscribe, share, do all that good YouTube stuff.
but if you get
Huh?
xCloud, and I'm telling them to get the viewers to get xCloud, do that
Oh
too.
yeah,
Like, subscribe, share, and get xCloud.
yeah. I am a huge fan of Game Pass. Like I'm an I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I would say,
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of the first party games. But
Mm-hmm.
goddamn, when I got this Series S and I just like looked at all of the fucking games on Game Pass, it's like,
Yeah, it's like, why aren't people talking about this?
why
This needs.
don't and like I'm not getting paid, but what am I, a fucking YouTube channel with like 5 subscribers? Like, shut the fuck up. I'm not getting paid by Xbox. All right.
Like,
But
somebody should be singing their praises off
yeah,
of it out into everybody. They
and
have 278 games for
yeah,
$10 a month. Like,
yeah, for real. And their cheapest and quite honestly pretty powerful machine is $299.
word, yeah. Like the S isn't even
The Series S is $299, dude.
like
And
it's
it doesn't
yeah.
do 4K. It does 1440,
Mm-hmm.
with upscale to 4K.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It looks good enough. I mean, like, honestly, and you can do the 60 frames, 120 hertz, whatever. And it's a great little machine, and I do not regret spending $299 on it at all.
Yeah, like I've been looking into getting one, and like I was shocked to see that I can legit just go buy one right now. They're not sold out because nobody wants them.
Yeah, yeah, which is weird. Why does nobody want? Yeah, it's a good enough machine for sure.
So, from my understanding, I talked to a young kid about the Xbox and why he didn't want the Series S. And he said, it's because it's the weaker one. I want the stronger one with the better graphics.
Yeah, and the Series S does not have a disk drive. That's another thing people might not know. But it doesn't have a disk drive. I download all my games anyway, so I don't care about that.
I'm pretty sure I downloaded my games too, but I have an Xbox game that I want to play.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. It was great talking to you as always, man.
Gotcha, bro.
We'll probably see each other again next week.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, cheers. Take care, everybody.